Hey, I want to welcome y'all to episode 63. It's the Corner Convo. I will be your host for the evening. But before we get into some real shit, I want to let these keys breathe. These Ivy keys in the West Indies. Shout out to my boy Tommy Skill Fingers, man. Just let that breathe for me. I want y'all to pull up on the corner. Be prepared to get elevated.
And bring a towel with you.
Bring a towel. Oh, boy.
A corner like thousands of others across the country. It's a place to go if you want to be seen, and to a lot of folks, it's the information center of the neighborhood.
Our job is to spark somebody else watching us. We might not be the ones, but let's not be selfish, and because we're not going to change the world, let's not talk about how we should change it.
Funk is in the bag, and the bag is the bass, and the bass never changed. It's a groove. As soon as you hear that groove, I know I got you.
Again, my name is AMON. I will be your host for the evening, the afternoon, the morning, wherever you at in the world, man. Just say what you want, spell my name right. AMON.
I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time. One of the best singers, one of the best looking motherfuckers you've ever seen. Hold my drink, bitch. Next
up. We got your fan favorite. It's your guy, your homeboy, your uncle, your friend, your cousin.
I don't think I'm none of those things.
Some real murder shit,
Talking about your uncle.
I'm telling you, man. Any nigga that ever looked at me wrong, owes me money, or ever said any jealous bullshit about me is fucking dead. You understand what the fuck I'm saying? Hey, they're fucking dead, man.
I hear you.
Time you got to do certain shit.
Just in case you ain't know. You know what I mean? Just in case you ain't know. Now, last but not least, man, I'm going to go ahead and...
You're so violent.
I'm a violent guy, man. But at the end of the day, man, I'm going to go ahead and say this now. This is my MVP for 2021. This is my MVP vote. I got to give my boy a lot of love.
Absolutely.
A lot of admiration. Again, more love. Right?
Take it all, man.
Shout out. Shout out to the African G. As y'all can see, we are on the court. $125K out here.
I'm an African genius. Now you refer me as the African genius. I'm an African genius. But now you refer me as the African genius.
Hey, that was right on time. What's good, man? What's good, fellas? What's good,
man? What's happening? Beautiful day out here. You know what I mean?
Man. I didn't know a place like this could exist out south.
Man.
It did not.
I kind of with you on that, actually. It definitely, when we first walked down here, it was like, yo, this is real?
Yeah, man.
You know, like Wonder Woman's Island, how you be in the ocean and you just cross it like a little force field.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. For sure. Exactly. You walk right off the projects, right into this massively beautiful estate, international tennis court. It's crazy, man.
How was y'all week, man? Let's get started. We press for time.
Man, you know, my week was actually, it was a good week. Obviously, I started back at work, man. Got to see students for the first time Friday, man, which was actually kind of cool, man. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel, you know, just in general, how the students was going to be, man. But we had a little barbecue outside, man. So it was cool, man. I really, really am excited about this school year, man. I got some great colleagues, man. I think the young folks are really happy to be back in person, man. So it should be a really, really good week.
Are these new kids or?
So I got sophomores. So what's interesting is, of course, they never really been in-person school because they were freshmen last year. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like the freshmen and the sophomores, bro. Like one of the funniest things is they came in, they sat down in the beginning of the day, bro, and they all was just like statues. Like they were, because they don't know each other. So you know what the first day of high school was like for you. You know what I'm saying? Like you knew somebody from the neighborhood or whatever. You had the cafeteria. You was meeting people. You was chopping it up with whoever you had advisory with, whatever, right? Bro, they just came in, sat down, and listened.
How many of your kids taller than you, bro?
Oh, almost. No, that's not true. That's not true. Not that many. I don't know. I guess I didn't really pay that much attention to that. That's a weird thing to care about.
No, I'm just saying. These kids are giants nowadays, bro. I mean.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't. No, it was a couple of.
It's a weird thing.
It was a couple. It is a strange thing to think about.
Weird question.
Yeah, but then
you wanted to go somewhere with that.
I don't know what else we do this week.
Cool. I had no jokes last week, man.
Shout out to Mike Jew, of course, and Ron Platt and all the Civilized Empire guys. They did the rose and wings, which is dope.
Sounds delicious right now. You hungry anyway?
Big shout out to Vaughn, man, from the land, man. He held a billionaire brunch yesterday down at this event space on Ontario, man. It was really a good look. Torre, Jayla, Joe College, Lisa's Libations, and their team was in there. The 16th Street team, and all the promontory bartenders was in there, man. It was dope. So yeah, Lily, what up? Serenity, what up? Josh, what up? Bella, what up? Mia, all that. Right. And then last night, kicked it with the good brother Curtis Tarver, state rep. He turned 40, so shout out to that brother. So yeah, it was cool, man. It was a great week of just community and kind of camaraderie amongst the network.
Okay, so your weeks haven't stopped even though school started. I see you. I'm impressed.
Yeah. I mean, they probably about to slow down. Tomorrow's actual classes. Like tomorrow, I got to teach with a mask on. Like it's gonna be a different world coming up. But this was a great weekend to cap it off. If that's the case.
I'll tell you what, man. I had a really good week, man. As we all know, last week my voice was trash, and this week it's also trash again. Once I got my voice back, I ended up I got invited to a wedding. You know what I'm saying? Some weddings are boring, they're all formal. This wedding wasn't.
No, it was turned. I know some of them people, the Maywood folks, yo. It
was lit, man. And then this family is a family of drinkers. So some weddings, the bar closed, the open bar shuts down and becomes a cash bar. Not this family.
No, open that joint up. Yeah.
That boy pause. That bar was open, pause again, all night.
Yeah.
All night. So I went from maybe a vodka and a beer to a vodka, shot, a beer, some whiskey, a cooler, some champagne. I'm looking like, Joe, this got to stop. Yeah. I got to make it home. I got to make it home. But congratulations to Andre and Anissa. They got married.
Congratulations.
Shout out, man. Congratulations.
The wedding was lit, man. Look, I haven't been to a party like that in a long time. That was a celebration of love. That's what it was.
That's what's up.
Dope.
I think the highlight of my week, my daughter came home, man, for the holiday. Shout out to Kennedy.
What up?
Her growth has been good to watch. We had some crazy conversations. We played Cards of Humanity. That shit was too
I love that game.
Yeah, I love that game.
I love that game.
No, she's doing good, man. And
how many weeks has she been gone?
A whole month, just a whole month. Yeah.
How's the experience so far down there? What she tell you?
She's into the Greek life, right? She thinks that's
swiftly.
Yeah, she thinks that's the move. She's met some new friends. I'm happy about that, and she's doing her work. Most importantly,
she a winner, bro. So she gonna succeed. She excel, bro.
Yeah. So she know what she want out of life. Yeah. Like, she didn't just go to college like I did. Like she actually has an idea of like a plan for her life.
Yeah. And then I talked to Kayla. And Kayla told me, she's back in Chicago State.
Hey, alma mater one time.
And she said she's going to join the track team. So, I have some things to look forward to.
Dope, man. That's really dope. Yeah. So, really happy to hear that.
Just some good genes in the family, man. So, shout out to my daughters. Man.
There you go, man.
Also giving you a shout to yourself. Okay, I see what you did there.
Sure. Okay, that's right.
Cool is in the DNA.
Yeah, cool is definitely in the DNA. Let's just kick it off, man. Again, we're going to run through these quick hits. In Chicago, we got to start Chicago and then just work our way out. Did y'all see that Maxwell Street Polish is not going to be overnight anymore? 24 hours.
Right off Roosevelt?
Right by UIC, yes.
Really?
So what happened was UIC pressured him to say, we don't want you open overnight because of the clubs, the bars around there. There's always traffic, whatever. So dude's like, all right, well, I mean, really, they mandated them to close it, which is crazy.
Trash.
From what I understand, they do 1,200 Polishes. That's wild. Pause a day. some crazy. That might even been 12,000. Right? It's weird.
I was gonna say 1,200 don't sound like a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this will be the first time in existence in 65 years that they will not be open.
People just go
24 years.
That's crazy.
Other spot. Yeah.
I'm assuming they closing both of them.
I would assume so. But
it just said gyms.
It said gyms.
It said gyms.
So
that must be some politics then. That's some other If they just gonna close one and let the other one stay open 24 hours, then the reasoning behind this whole thing is ridiculous. So
you know what I'm saying? I mean, when's the last time y'all been there?
I was gonna say, honestly,
I ain't been in a while.
That's one of Mosey's favorite spots. When he comes to Chicago, bro, he gotta stop through Maxwell. I mean, we both went to UIC for a period of time, right? He graduated from that. But I think that's part of it too. I used to go though, like on the regular, bro. Like when I first moved to 47th in Drexel, when I first left Maywood, I promise you, I wouldn't make that trip without stopping at that spot. Yeah. But I haven't been in a long time. I'm not really big on the pork like that no more. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man.
I got beef polishes too, but I don't really.
Joe.
Hey, that was fire too. Man. I used to smack that joint back in the day,
bro. I roll up one day. Think I had a nice vehicle with some blades on it, with 12s in the trunk. Had an Averix on, so it just kind of gives you timeline. Jump out. Had someone with me. He will, stay anonymous. He knows who he is. Get out the car. Order some food. See, it's a little rowdy. I say, hey man, let's stand in staggered formation. I'll be third.
It's Call of Duty.
Yes, I'll be third. You be fourth. Watch my back. I'm, next thing I know, some little dudes, they throwing over trash cans, just rowdy, just thinking shit, right? My man run up on me. I had big Cuban link on. He tried to whoop. I bow. He stick it away with a chain.
How long ago is this? This sounds like high school.
No, this is 23, 24.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Got it.
Get the joint. Whole time, my man standing in line, who I thought was my guy, he standing in line about to order his food. Like, Sam, what have you been doing this whole time, bro?
Like, mollywop with you.
You know what I mean? Like, have some class, bro. Then he gets his food. Like, man, I ain't see, bro. Get the
how you ain't hear none of this.
Exactly. I probably left his ass there. Like, get your goof ass.
That's whack as hell.
Whack as hell, bro.
I've seen situations similar though.
So was that food worth it?
I didn't even eat, bro.
Right. After that, you ready to
ate. You know what I'm saying? They ate. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool, man.
Shit either. That's fucked up.
Yeah, wasn't no pistols going, but I did get one punch off. You know what I'm saying? But
man, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. I can replace.
You like Soldier Boy, bro. You the first guy to get your chain snatched. Soldier first to do everything.
It happened, bro. I ain't ashamed. It happened. It is what it is, man. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
But I jumped back in that thing and made it home safe. I was good and didn't fuck with dude for a nice little minute.
I imagine. Yeah. Why would you?
They also had the Humble Park Fest. I was going to ask you, how was that for you over there?
How do you get two chances to fuck up a city?
Yeah.
How do you get two chances to do this? You saw what happened in the first festival, that homicide that was all over the news. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, that was the Puerto Rican Fest. This one was actually called the Humble Park Fest. This is the same shit.
The same goddamn thing, bro. I mean,
it is like in the same location, ain't it?
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, right.
Yeah. What do you go? So all the Puerto Rican gangs will come out and see all their ops, and they're gonna smile at each other and shoot each other.
Man, have you ever like gone and kick it before you was like police?
Once.
Yeah. What about you?
Once I think.
I'm from the era where they chased you about that motherfucker.
Right. I was gonna say. So look. So Bird 1 year. Bird, and this one thing about my bro, man. Bird is one of the most optimistic people in the world. Like he really don't believe. Like if he think it can happen, he just like, yeah, bro, we just gonna do that, right? Like so. One day I remember we must have been about 2021. And he was like, for sure. He was like, man, Joe, let's we finna pull up. I met this Puerto Rican girl, we finna go to Puerto Rican Fest. And I remember
you told the story. Yeah.
I remember being like, have you lost your mind, bro? Like, so yeah, I get it, man. I get that. I've only been that one time. I feel like, I don't know. I guess it's because I haven't been. I don't want to speak about what it is because the one time I went was 20 years ago, man. But at the end of the day, it definitely, what I remember the most was that there was definitely an air of when it came to the women, like if you was trying to, say something to her, it definitely had that, like everybody was looking at you, kind of seeing like what's going on while you talking to my girl like that or my sister, what I'm saying? It definitely seemed like that was a bit tense, but I didn't experience nothing.
Hopefully they, people came out of there safe and sound.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Oh, that time, hopefully, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm talking about it just happened, right?
No, it just happened. It was actually it was Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
Saturday and Sunday. Again, my boy, your boy, LeBron James, okay, is in the news.
Are we really gonna talk about the man every show?
Bro, the man is making noise out here, right? So
is he? I mean, granted, he's making noise, but is it just that we look for LeBron James information every week?
No, like okay,
that's real light skin of you, bro.
I'm just asking because I feel like
leave that dark skin brother alone.
It was Master P for like 2 months straight. Like wherever we're getting the sources of information for these things, we must be like
it's important, bro, because his advocacy group pushed California to pass police decertification bill which aims to permanently remove police officers who commit serious misconduct while also preventing them from moving to another department after losing a job.
That's great.
That makes sense.
That's
y'all
absolutely
just saw the
wonderful.
video.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
No, I was just saying it's wonderful.
Yeah, y'all just saw the video of the young lady on the beach walking her dog and the officer trying to shoot her and end up trying to take her phone from her. And I found out a little more info about that. It sounds like, this is what my source is telling me, that this officer was asleep in his car, which I'm okay with that. But I'm okay with that, you know what I'm saying? On the beach, and the young lady allegedly took a picture of him asleep. So it makes sense of why he would go for the phone.
Oh,
let me tell you something, officer asshole, officer dickhead. Look here, man. Check this out. You got to eat that one, bro. Yeah, I get it. You got to eat that one, bro. I'm sorry. Now you probably finna get fired or suspended. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't worth it.
Yeah, no, I think that initiative, man, that's something that it's common sense, right? In any other job, right? As a teacher, right? I say something aggressive to a child, or if a child is trying to fight and I grab them up and maybe I'm too tough with them or whatever the case may be, I'm subject to consequences, especially if that's a recurring thing, right? So any other job in America, any other job, if you do something toe up like that, it's expected that you would suffer consequences, especially if it's a pattern. So this has been the only role where that wasn't the case. So yeah, shout out to Brown for that, man.
And that is, man, that's how you start to rebuild some kind of trust.
Why does everything start in California though? I don't understand.
Well, because they're one of the most liberal
in California.
Yeah, there's that too.
Okay.
No, but they've always been
because the name, image, and likeness started in California.
With O'Bannon's, right? Long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, in general,
they were the first state, like you said, they're very liberal like that. They were the first state to go ahead and do it.
Yeah, they've always been.
Didn't they shut down their Walgreens or something like that so you can steal, like stealing is somehow it's not an offense. So it's a lot of these Walgreens that shut down out there. Look it up. I'm not bullshitting.
Really? I believe you. I didn't hear it, but I also wouldn't put it past them, man. They do. Yeah. They are known for creating liberal legislation in California.
Got it. Okay, that's the 747 jet Boeing. That means the plane's about to land on top of the building.
There's no airport near here, except for Cicero's way that way.
No, when you have a private jet, the profits are up.
Oh, yeah. One. Take it off.
We are exploited.
There's a
taking off. We are denied.
Y'all maybe cannot hear this, but I can hear this. But Malcolm X has talked about this for a long time, and when you hear it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But attorney Jackie Johnson indicted for her role in Ahmaud Arbery's cover-up and murder. I thought this was amazing.
Beautiful.
That we are not forgetting and we're still applying pressure.
Yeah.
You know, I don't understand why it takes so long. So this just lets me know that when these injustices happen, the powers that be, the people who veto, who give the power to say, nah, we're not locking such and such up, we're going to cover you. I'm glad that we're digging through it now, right? And continuously digging through it until we get to the bottom of who's doing it. So Jackie Johnson, fuck you.
Get the fuck out of here, clown.
Dead ass. That's not all good, bro.
No.
That's not all good. Like, I'm dead ass. Like, the fact that you covered up a murder and played a role in it,
right? You're
trash.
Well, but see, and this is the part too. I guess this is why I'm not like super just like it's all about her. It's the system with which she's worked in. That's been the norm.
Gotcha.
So it's not even that. It's not even like she's clearly not the only one.
Pause.
What?
That's your phone right there.
All right. Yeah, I got you. But yeah, point being, just at the end of the day,
take it with you, bro.
I'm telling you what to do, boss.
Okay, I'm checking, bro. Look out for you.
You're definitely doing this editing.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, I mean, like, so the point is, from in one way, like, it's super about the system of how things happen. The way that cover up happens is standard operational procedure in these institutions. And it's always been like that. So yeah, she's the example. And yeah, you did it. You knew what you was doing. So you should be held accountable. Ain't no question about that. But this is that bigger conversation. So to your point about keeping the pressure applied, we should see 16 of these cases all right now, right? Because this is still going on in every state in the country. You know what I'm saying? So like, great. Yeah, they got one. What are the other 50?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But that's also because you have to change the entire system for you to kind of root this out. So it's going to be a long time coming before we actually arrive at that place.
If an ASA is involved, I would assume there's a judge involved as well.
This is why
everybody, bro.
This is why you got to know who you voting for on these ballots. No,
Exactly.
just pick the incoming people, you know what I'm saying? Because we are putting people like that in position to make those kind of decisions, bro. And you know that these people, certain people don't give a fuck about us. They never did, they never have, they never will.
Never had to.
Goddamn, you know what I'm saying? And now that she had a picture with Buddy. Chummy, smiling hard as
like a
hell.
motherfucker.
I'm like, this motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, look, man.
How do you live with that blood on your hands?
Easy for them.
Yeah,
they weren't trained to feel a certain way.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
They weren't raised to feel a certain way.
And I mean,
go ahead.
No, my bad.
Get your rocks off.
But I mean, the other part of that too is like, this is also their daily work in a sense. So like, you know, we're going to have actually an ASA on the show soon. When you talk to them, they have to, at some point, to maintain their mental sanity, deal with the fact that when they're public defenders, even, they watch people go to jail every day. They watch people's lives change every day. You in order to stay sane, you can't go home every night with that on your head and carry it. Now, when you are intentionally a part of covering something up, but again, that person that she's covering up for, she probably don't feel good about it, whatever, but that's somebody she cares for. So she's making herself feel better by making sure that person is cool. It's not the person that got murdered, but her people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, when you look at these bars, there's certain bars right after court. The judge, the prosecutor, and the public defenders all sit in one bar, drink, laugh, talk about each other's children. This is work for them.
Got it.
And they don't live in these communities where this stuff is happening.
Got it. Certified lover boy.
Biggest rapper in the world.
It was thorough, bro. It was thorough.
Right?
I think
the nigga that got bodied by Pusha T.
Drake.
The nigga that hid the kid from the world and hide from the kid. Arbery Graham and the
Well, Drake was in his bag, man. He was in his bag. He was giving you the singing. He was giving you the melody rapping, and he was giving you some bars, man. Of course, he was very misogynistic. He likes to do that, but the ladies, they eat that up. The fellas, we definitely gonna bang it because the ladies gonna listen to it. Dog, like Kenny was saying earlier, I'll leave that alone. That's up to him, but I would have to put this maybe number 3 in his albums. I got Nothing Was the Same first. I have Take Care second, and I have this one.
I don't know if I can rank them. I don't know them like that, but I mean, it was definitely a classic Drake album. I did like it. I really one more win for the light skins. You know what I'm saying? We definitely need all we can get out here because it's getting real.
When you flip I'm Too Sexy, bro, you had me.
Yes, now that was cold. That was cold too.
That's gonna be a hit, bro. It's already a hit.
But I mean, that's the first video.
The thing about Drake, man, is I'll say this. This album convinced me that the only person that could go up against Kanye in the verses is Drake. I wasn't fully convinced. Now that album definitely, especially with them releasing so close to each other, like I definitely see that I don't think anybody other than Drake could go up against Kanye.
I think
maybe Lil Wayne.
My take is
Lil Wayne's absolutely a monster.
No one said a word about his album art, right?
His what?
His album art.
I didn't see a problem.
What do you mean about this? It was all over Instagram, Facebook.
No.
Everybody's been using it.
Listen what I'm saying. There was an artist by the name of The Game. JCon.
Oh.
His last album, he did that, but used actual
real
women.
They were all pregnant.
Right.
But because it's Drake and it's emojis, there's no problem.
Yeah, I think it's the emojis more than because it's Drake.
But it's the same message.
No, it's not because on the cover, I understood what JCon was doing. I'm talking like I know this man. What The Game was doing. You know what I'm saying? Born to rap. These women are pregnant in the studio.
Yeah,
doing mixing or whatever they're doing. They was actually rolling weed and drinking too. But Drake's album was very fucking toxic.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So the album cover actually went with the album. The Game's album cover didn't match the album. Games are talking about killing your ass after you looked at a bunch of pregnant women on the cover. You talk about blood in your ass.
That's fair.
I mean, it is Drake though.
Like, he'll get a pass.
He'll get a pass. All right, so he can do whatever he want to do.
Well, it'll just get more. It'll get more attention, and I mean, I don't know if he can do anything. Like he can get caught up in the same.
But this is Drake low key. No Drake hate, but he's done a lot of biting that people ignore.
I mean, shit though. Look at it like this though. Think about it. Think about. He always makes it to a point where he has a lot of quotables, a lot of hashtagable lines in his albums, and his artwork on his cover. They become memes. Remember the Views album cover where you sit on top of the big ass building?
Yeah, that was.
And people start putting themselves up there.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like
he had to take care album cover. He's writing at the pen. Put the Jordan face on there. He was writing this shit, bro.
Yeah.
People they use this already. They had Lightfoot.
I saw that. That was hilarious. That was definitely hilarious.
What else we got? Joe Rogan, Mr. 500 million, 100 million, whatever he got for his podcast, got rid of COVID in 3 days.
So he says.
I see this as white privilege and access.
What?
I'm gonna tell you why. You're taking horse tranquilizers that they use on horses and cows, a vitamin drip, and then some other shit that he's taking, right? Everybody doesn't have access to
I
that.
don't believe that shit though.
Yeah, I mean,
This is what the man said.
how do we know it's not in his body? Yeah, how do we? I mean,
again, why would he lie?
I don't understand.
Why would he lie?
Because he's a celebrity.
Right. I mean, I don't care about it, but again, he's in the podcast.
Clearly, you care about
men
it.
lie,
Actually, I don't.
men lie, women lie, and numbers lie too sometimes.
Yeah,
Man,
I mean,
all right.
also,
Rogan's lying, bro.
if it's true, I don't know how taking horse tranquilizers is a privilege.
Me either.
You're not.
You call it a privilege, though.
Yeah,
because not everyone can get a horse tranquilizer.
I mean,
bro.
not everyone wants one
You
in
got
their
a horse
body.
too?
I'm sure he does. He got a bunch of bread. Why wouldn't he?
Yeah, I mean, my god sister got a horse. It's not that hard. I'm just saying, why is it privilege? Because you get a tranquilizer.
It's some weird shit. But at the end of the day,
definitely weird.
now, I've definitely had a vitamin drip. Now that shit does replenish your body for sure. I've had that. That shit was dope.
Yeah.
But anyway, on Joe. What else? Oh, okay. So back to, again, we're talking about our black athletes. Name, image, and likeness. Beats by Dre just gave Deion Sanders' son some more money.
That's access. That's privilege right there.
That's privilege.
Yeah, that's privilege.
That's black privilege. I love it.
Yeah.
I love
definitely
it.
the homeboy looking out for the.
And shout out to Jackson State for winning that game against FAMU. Co-sign, I know you're a little hurt. All right, now I don't know who won the band competition, but Jackson State won that game.
Footage was good.
7-6. Yeah, it was. It was. Shit.
Shout out Jackson State for sure.
This shit was funny though, and I want you to bring this shit in. The Bishop Sycamore. Right? I don't know.
Sycamore.
I don't know if this is an online school.
First of all, the name is stupid already.
This was.
It's a fake school. They have fake games.
Bro,
everybody's 25 on the squad.
That was.
The scores they was losing by 56-0
on ESPN. Like, come on, fam.
Dude, the article I read, I didn't think it was real. The article I read that said that they were all 23 and 24 years old. And I was just like, hey, y'all losing to these high school kids, bro? Yeah, ESPN not knowing that wasn't a real school is astounding.
That's
like,
great, man.
There's no way that's real, man.
He changed the name 3 times.
Yes.
The address was to like a
Robert Taylor home.
and to a random library. It was crazy. Like, fam, shout out to you, I guess.
Yeah, that's some level of genius.
It had to go for me.
Yes.
I always want to go for me, bro.
But look, here's why the story is dope. Kevin Hart and my man from LeBron James camp are doing a documentary. Paul, what's his name? Rich Paul.
Oh, Rich
They're
Paul.
going to do a documentary on Bishop Sycamore, and I actually like the name.
That's hysterical.
I like Bishop Sycamore.
I mean, the documentary gonna last how long?
Oh no, this
It's like it's got to be a 20-minute ordeal.
They've been doing this in 2018.
So did y'all hear the announcers on the game talk about the team I was playing?
I didn't know.
I was like, this is disgusting. How can you be this bad? Does ESPN put anybody on TV? They pick this anybody?
Oh, I gotta see this, bro. That is quite astounding that they managed to pull it off for 3 years.
Oh, boy.
That's quite
They're
astounding.
getting beat 70-6.
Yeah, it's bad, bro. It's bad.
Their closest game was
Wait, so they've been on more than one ESPN? Or they only was on ESPN once.
games they've
been playing these games.
They've been playing the game,
but this is the
ESPN
one
once,
game
right?
that they got on ESPN. How did they? I mean, who was like, this is a good idea if they scores are looking like this?
Oh,
That's
boy.
ridiculous, man.
That's hot.
Shout out to them high school kids that was whooping on them, man.
For
Shout out
sure.
to this man for scamming, getting caught, scamming again, getting caught and scamming again. That's the definition of rebrand, bro. Yeah, he's doing all the things.
Seeing as how we are on
That's the name of the name, Sycamore, bro.
WTA tour right now. We're on WTA tour.
Yeah,
We're
man.
actually on the pavement.
Yes, sir.
Y'all
yes,
see
sir.
it?
Sitting there behind us.
Let's talk about
We don't commit
Naomi
fouls, fam.
Osaka.
We serve match point.
She suffered a stunning defeat.
Man, I watched that match,
You watched
man. I was like, I mean, one, Naomi Osaka is like, you know, the darling right now in tennis. Like, she's the new Serena for all the right reasons. She's very smart. She's young. She's got the popular boyfriend, you know what I'm saying? Who's, you know, he's not the typical tennis, you know, guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, Cordae's a rapper, you know what I mean? So it's like, she's very, 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 very captivating, right? But it wasn't so much that she lost that was the shock. It was a 15-year-old, I think 16-year-old Hispanic sister out of Canada, Fernandez, who, I mean, I watched this game, man. This girl was hitting shots. Look, I don't even know how to describe it, man. I'm just saying that she has a tremendous amount of talent. So as much as I hate seeing Naomi lose, watching this other young sister, she's about to be a force. I mean, she had Naomi out of her mind. By the time we got to the third set, Naomi couldn't concentrate. She was throwing the racket. She was, she got a warning from the official or whatever. She was frustrated because Fernandez was killing. And again, it wasn't that Naomi wasn't playing well. It was so much that Fernandez was playing great. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she got her out. She got in her head, or she got her out of her groove. But it was a hell of a match. So yeah, that was disappointing to see. But we may have an opportunity to see Miss Osaka up close and personal.
Indeed.
I'm taking Naomi 9 times out of 10.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. I think so.
Always bet on black. Always bet on black. You know, I call me. Is that racist? If as a black man, I say always bet on black.
Because it started in casino terminology. You know what I'm saying? It's cool James Bond type shit. But
yeah, I don't think so.
All right, cool. I don't want to be racist, but I'm betting on black.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. I mean, actually, where we're at, everything is done by black-owned businesses.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that. You know, when we bring Juan on to the show. But I don't think that's racist.
Okay. All right, fair enough. I just want to make sure I'm on my square.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. My boy Liangelo Ball, shout out to you, my guy. He signed an Exhibit 10 contract, which for those who don't know, basically means he can play D-League and NBA.
Good.
Oh, dope.
You know, so hopefully they keep him on. They signed like 6 other bums. And, you know, he's definitely better than them for what he does.
LeVar told y'all, he's all 3 of my sons in the league, bro.
I'm rooting for him, man. I'm rooting for him. He deserves a shot at the very least.
I mean, legacy is a real thing. We know that.
For you, did you look at the link? I purposely put the link on here for you.
Did not.
Okay. All right. So while we're always talking about this black excellence and black space, right? Apple on Tuesday. All right, Apple products for all you guys that love Apple. They are pledging another $30 million as part of its racial justice equity initiative. All right.
Okay.
Again, I think that's dope. I think they're taking care of the people that take care of them. I
mean, at the end of the day, you know, the more it's kind of like what we even talked about with the legislation about policing and about, you know, covering up laws and things like this. At the end of the day, man, the way the world is going to get better is if we continue to invest in these communities and really help to lift them up. I mean, this court 10 years ago, nobody would have tried to put this court on the south side of Chicago, bro.
Bro, we in Robert Taylor right now.
And exactly, the Robert Taylor homes, right? So so the other part here is the type of influence and development that's going to come from a place like this, from these types of resources in here. It's only going to make the city better, right? It's only going to develop more people to achieve certain excellence in spaces that we've been intentionally cut the hell out of for a lot of reasons. I mean, for a long time.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I think hopefully we see more and more companies doing that, man.
That's great, man. It was excellent to read.
Everybody wants to be on the right side of things now, you know.
Not everybody, but at least there's more. I don't think everybody want to be on the right side.
Let me finish this real quick. I don't care if it's genuine or not. They're doing something to make it seem they want to be on the right side of things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, thanks.
Yeah, that's fair.
For sure.
In Black Excellence this week, we got the first all-Black American climbing team set to make history to reach the summit of Mount Everest. Again, I don't know no Black people that climb. I don't know why y'all doing it, but go ahead and do your thing, squad. It's not nothing for me, right? Because people die trying to climb.
Make it back.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you're talking about some of the worst weather conditions. It's just bad. You know, it's bad. But again, I think what we do as a culture,
let me know when you make it back.
as Black people, it's what we do. It's what we do. You know,
I actually liked climbing though, real quick. Like when I was in Milwaukee, I was at this nonprofit.
What happened you done, bro?
That's a short list for sure. But I mean, not even a flex. It's more so like I fall into random opportunities a lot, but this was a random one. At this nonprofit, I was the sports and music coordinator, and they had another young lady, Jessica. I forgot Jessica's last name, but she was like the outdoors and kind of arts coordinator or whatever. So she had signed up the kids for like a rock climbing, canoe, like relay race type of thing, right? And then she broke her ankle, so she couldn't go. So then they called me and was like, well, can you fill in for her? And I was like, well, what is this? So I'm thinking we just going to hang out at this little facility. I'm not knowing this is an actual competition. And COVID. So we had the rock climb, we had the canoe and all like that. So after that experience, though, I really got into rock climbing a little bit, like at that facility. I haven't been like on no mountain or nothing, but they got this other style called bouldering. Okay. And that's when you like climb like really difficult kind of angles or whatever like that. Very white. Bro, when I tell you the type of workout you get from that type of thing, because you're holding a muscle at full tension, you know what I'm saying, while trying to balance your body with another part or get to another part. It's quite a phenomenal workout. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
No, you have fun.
I mean, I don't think I'm ever gonna like climb a mountain. I ain't really that. That interested in it.
Also in Black excellence, the Harlem Hellfighters were Black soldiers who fought in World War I. Yeah. They will finally receive a Congressional Gold Medal. Yeah, long overdue. I mean, we're continuously hearing these stories now.
Everybody wants to look like they're being on the right side of things, bro.
Exactly. It's the cool thing to do, right? Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Oh, that's it, man. So anybody, if your parents, your grandparents served in that, man, salute to them.
Yeah, I think I want to say that one of those movies that they was like they had like the Red Tail or something like that. I think that was the same
Neil was in that. I can't. That was Tuskegee Airmen.
No,
that's what that was.
No, this is a different movie.
A night at the strip club called
so
Red
then it's
Tails.
not that one. It's not that. It's food.
They did though, called Red Tails.
No, then that's not the one. I think it was something else. But I remember hearing about the Harlem Hellfighters, but I can't remember if they made like a full movie or if it was just a documentary.
Nah, it might have been a doc. All right. I gotta ask you this, and I think our audience can really appreciate this question. Okay. Seeing as how everybody but you, and it's not to exclude you, but I know you do that, children, right? How do you parent young adults between the age of 18 and 24? Have you really thought about that?
Well,
yeah, because it's coming, right?
I have a 16-year-old. Yeah, he is my child. I see it more and more now. He's my child, man. I understand why he's stubborn and feisty and entitled and spoiled. He's a mama's boy, like I was a mama's boy, but it gets to a point where reprimanding or chastising your child physically just ain't the move.
Yeah.
It ain't the move. They're not kids. They're not robots, and they aren't children anymore. 18 to 24 is that space where they're going to college. They're young adults, you know what I'm saying? So now I think the power of words plays a part in that, you know what I'm saying? Teaching and tutelage, because you really just let them know that they have options, and while they may want to go left and it's fucked up left, you can tell them, hey, I went left before. Yeah. This is what's going to happen over there, man. You don't want to do that. They may do it anyway.
No, they're going to do it anyway.
Come back and you like, see, I told you to go right.
Some things, yeah.
Yeah, but you got this. This is also a time where I think in a respectable child, parent-child relationship, that you kind of start to become friends. The parent tag will never leave. The respect will never leave, but you can kind of mend and blend friendship into there, because now you get more results by talking to your kid instead of
trying to punish them or discipline.
So,
I believe so.
I definitely understand that, and I feel that. But as a parent,
you want to whoop ass?
No, definitely. Okay. But when they hit that first 18, that's when you really remember when you were 18. When you really feel like I'm grown, right? But yes, we all weren't though, right? Right. And watching them grow, I've raised you for 18 years. I know you, right? I know that you have not matured, right? So the way that I parent you, I'm still going to parent you as if you have a 12-year-old fucking brain, because you're doing.
Well, I don't know about that,
bruh. I'm trying to tell you.
I mean, I guess what I think you're saying is like the idea that I know your development, and so I know what you may think you're doing, or you may think you know what you know, but you're not going to parent them the same way as they were 12 at 18.
Not in the sense that, again, putting hands on you and scolding you, right? There is a conversation that needs to be had, but I think that the bigger conversation is, as a parent, it's difficult to watch your child grow up. Yeah, so you may not be ready or willing to allow them into the friendship, growing space, maturity space. You are, right? Losing. And sometimes you may even lose your child for some years until you realize, I've been going about this the wrong way. What can I do different? Because your child is who they are. Facts. Regardless of whatever you put into them, instilled in them, shown them, they are who they are going to be. So you have to parent from that angle.
Yeah.
From
That's my point. So I mean, I think that at the end of the day, you do have to be flexible, right? You do change. I mean, like straight up, also times change, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I've spent a lot of time with a lot of students. Like they're not my kids, right? But I've seen these kids now turn 25 that I was teaching when they were 12. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and even my baby sister, like she was born when I was 16. So by the time she really started hitting 18, I was a full grown adult. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my pops was old. That was more than the thing though is like by the time she started hitting those ages, for me, I think it's really just about making sure that you frame the supportive kind of mechanisms, right? All right. Like one thing my pops told me at 18 that I rocked with 100%. I never needed to test it out. I never needed to find out for myself was don't go into debt. So I didn't have a credit card until like 3 years ago.
Oh, debt, okay.
Never took a loan.
Right.
Like I didn't take a loan for school, none of that, right? I was terrified. When he said it, I got it. He went bankrupt once, right? He lost the whole house. I was like, with a family. I was like, oh no, I don't need to test that out. I don't need to go. I don't need to think I know more than you on that, right? So I do think that as long as you kind of hit the boundaries, the important things, are you safe? Do you know how to keep yourself safe? You know what I'm saying? What are the resources that you're going to need to be on your own? I think as long as you create kind of that supportive space around them, everything they do within that is going you know you got them. You know what I mean? I'm not letting you outside of this supportive space of how to keep sure you good. And yeah, that might have to shift over here. I mean, at one point, one of my best friends was somebody who just wasn't really helping my life. You know what I'm saying? As an adult, it just wasn't something like that that would help me develop. And I kept finding myself in situation after situation where I'm getting closer and closer to going to jail. I'm getting closer and closer to the, situations going on in the street. And it's like, at that time, my parents didn't tell me you ain't doing it. It wasn't like that. Yeah. It was just them moving the goalposts a little bit like, hey man, you falling outside of the parameters of what's happening. So you got to let them move, but you just focus on those parameters of support, man.
It can be difficult. It's not going to be long with it. It can be difficult or it can be easy because it depends upon the foundation you instill in this child. Foundation you instill upon the child, because if you start setting structure and form a relationship where you can talk to, like I think, my nephew, Lil Javaka, man, I think I've never seen a more perfect child in my fucking life, bro.
He's a good guy.
My guy, man.
It's a great guy.
Very nice, humble. The man still wouldn't curse in front of me. He 26, 27.
Right.
Respectful, humble, man. I think he got one whooping in his whole life. One, bro. I'm not making this up. One whooping. That's all he needed. He was like, nope, that ain't for me. That ain't for me, bro. I'm cool. But yeah, man, the foundation is important, man. So when it gets to 18 to 24, look here, it can be a conversation. It could be an example. It could be, hey, let's watch a movie. It could be, they can see things in movies, no bullshit, that can tell them, hey, man, that seems too much like a reality, like a real possibility.
Right.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't want
that.
What I'm saying? Yeah. No, it's obviously hard, but yeah.
But so the adjustment, I think parents put too much into what their child should be, and not don't take that the wrong way. Meaning, basically, you try to shield your child from everything that you went through, right? And try to put them in position so they don't have to go through those things. Mm-hmm. And if your child chooses to go through those things, and you've done everything in your power to make sure that you don't see or be around a certain type of element, right? And they still find that element, that's a child's choice. So now you have to parent from a different perspective. It just, what I think,
Right.
I also think that, some of parents' insecurities are, you put that on your child, and your child may not even think like you, right? Your child may just want to be the total opposite of you.
I mean, there's ways I've definitely seen with some students. I've seen students literally like respect their parents while completely ignoring everything that they're saying.
Got it.
So, a parent will come in and you gonna do this and you gonna do that. And the child will be respectful of the parent, like in front of you, right? But then you can see if you really pay attention,
really like that.
Not even, it's like, they like, you just put on a show for this teacher. Like they don't believe in you. So I think to your point about this idea of foundation, your children should still believe in you. Like they should have something to believe in, right? They should at some point you definitely start to measure yourself against your parent. You know what I mean? Like whether you're more successful, less successful, whatever the case may be. But if at least I should believe as I'm coming up that you have my best interest at heart, that the things that you are doing for me are helpful and will be beneficial for me later in life. If you don't have that early, the ability to do that later is going to be much harder.
Yeah, it's over with.
Much harder.
You said something about shielding, parents trying to shield their children from what they went through or decisions they made. I put a post in a podcast group on Facebook. It said, you always hear the term white guilt. Is there a such thing as black guilt? If so, how do you recognize it? See, now you made me think about that because now when you said that, it's like you may be inhibiting, I did say it right the first time, your child's learning opportunities and lessons he may need because you're trying to shield them, you know what I'm saying? So, and the example I used was parenting, and they argue me back and forth like, no, parenting can't be. I say, yes, it can.
Oh, no, I think that's where a lot of people get guilt from. Is
I need you on post to help you, though. I need you, that motherfucker.
Because here, as a father, right, when your children just do the dumbest shit ever.
So black guilt's a thing.
For sure. The first thing, check out.
Guilt can be racist.
The first thing I go to is like, damn, where did I fail?
Yeah.
Where did I fail as a parent that you are making some of these decisions that can really be detrimental to?
But you can't go trying to shield them all the time because they still might want to test the water.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like touch the water or something.
That's the adjustment. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, it's also, I mean, like I said, you okay, you really want to go experience that. All right, well, let me prepare you for the 3 things that I think you should be paying attention to if you want to go do that, right?
Right.
Like, so, okay, you want to move in with random Joe Schmo that you just met, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got no job, right? Right. Okay, so these are the things I need you to think about. You know what I'm saying? Like you give them perspective. And if, like, to your point, if they still go and do it and you gave them the perspective and you monitor what's happening, you can check in how that's going.
Got it.
Yeah, how that's going. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's not working out so well. Okay. Well, I mean, let me know what you want to do. Right. I think Bree said this. At the end of the day, this boy was not going to let that ride. No. Yeah, shout out Bree. Hey. But no, she said that in the show when we were even talking about you and Kayla. Is like, you just have to make sure that they always know you're going to be there. At the end of the day, there's no telling what's going to happen, what they're going to do well, what they're going to turn out to be. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to let them know you're going to be there. I think that's how you manage the guilt, because you know, I was there. You get guilty when you're not there, and then something detrimental does happen and you weren't, available. Right. So yeah, I think.
When did Joe Schmo get such a bad rap, bro?
I mean,
who is Joe Schmo?
Man, he got a fucked up rap out in these streets.
Man, he's terrible.
Tom, Dick, and Harry do too. You know what I'm saying? They got just bad.
Right. Right.
Ouch, my bad.
Let me ask you this. Have societal rules for approaching women in the club changed? Because a lot of men still do club or lounges or what have you, gatherings, whatever the case may be. Do you think that's changed?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
I do too, man. And because evolution always wins, bro. It had to change. You can't be out here in these streets, in these clubs, in these environments where you want to mingle with people doing the same shit you was doing in the 90s or the early 2000s. They have to change, man. I mean, and I think now it's changed because it seems like when you approach somebody, you want to do the trendy thing. I think social media has really played a part in how it's changed as well. You know, these challenges, these reality TV shows, these memes. Everybody want to make a meme come to life or a GIF come to life. Dude, stop it. If he ain't got this, then he ain't that. If she ain't working with this, then she ain't got that. Man, come on, knock it the fuck off, you know what I'm saying? Go up to, say, a person of either sex, try to start a conversation. You'll get the picture soon enough.
Immediately.
You'll get the picture soon enough, you know what I'm saying? But, it's just sad how you have to move how society says you have to move when it comes to meeting people now. You know what I'm saying? That's
interesting, man. I think the answer for sure is yes, that it's changed, right? I feel like in my experience, right, I've never been to walk up to the random chick at the bar. Hey, baby, you look so beautiful. Da 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 da. Now I will. So I will give a compliment, but not like, it's 2 ways to do that. you can roll up and just say, you know, man, I just want you to know you look gorgeous today.
Don't
right?
ever look at me in my eyes when you fucking touch me. Get your hands off me.
Come on, man. Relax, man. But the point is, you can do that. You can do that. Here, but even this part, even the touch part, that's the different part.
You can't really
right?
do it no more.
So like, I remember them basement parties. I remember all that. I remember like, even as a grown man at the club, you could go up to a girl, you know what I'm saying? Put your hand on her waist, you know what I'm saying? Try and dance with her. Ain't even ask her name or nothing.
She'll give you the look back. If you give you the look back, if you look cute, you're good.
Right.
You're good.
But you actually got to be careful about that these days, right? I think now in terms of the part about like how you lead a person, I feel like that conversation is slightly different too, because you do. I love your point about the memes and things. Like everybody see these. I saw somebody posted something. Quotes. Yeah, something like I'm no longer available to somebody. I'm something like that. Like these little random phrases that somebody else posted on their page that probably don't mean nothing in their real life either. Right. But then they come out and that's how they approach the rest of the world. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do think, man, like you said, you'll get the picture soon enough. At the end of the day, man, when I get shot down, I just laugh. I don't like it. Ain't no big deal to me. I'm not so invested in this that I never understood the dudes that like after they holler at a girl and she don't show them no rhythm, they call out her name. I never understood that. I never understood like just rolling up on some girl. Hey, baby, you super thick. Let me get your number. I never understood any of that. So for me, it's the same, like personally, but I definitely see how other people move. And man, I got family. I got homeboys. Bro, they ain't pulling no shots yet. Like they still rolling right up. They grabbing her by the hand when she walk past, snatching up, and some of them winning. Yeah. So it does get difficult to know when is a woman really interested in that aggressive type of approach versus when she not, you know. And then you got women out talking about some, man, I wish men could learn how to lead again. You know what I mean? So it's a really
I used to wait on the eye contact. If you look at me longer than 5 seconds. And we work out the fight, count the five. Yeah. No, it's a real thing, right? And then you move around and she's still watching. Y'all still like, all right, now I will approach. You're letting me know that it's okay, right? I've never just been the, man, you know, let me get you the drink or just let me shoot my shot. Hey, I don't want to get shot down, first of all. Yeah. And that's how you avoid that for me.
Once you hit him on, you swing it up.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, yo. But, you know, again, some people have different methods. That was never mine. A lot of times, again, you know, women would shoot at me, you know, in certain arenas.
We call this buddy. G, it's two of them.
They on 53rd.
It's still four corner hustle bees over there, just so you know.
So you know what? You brought up a good point. I didn't even think about because I don't do it. How a woman approaches a man.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't think about that, man, because I mean, they are in a shark pool because it's now 20-1. 20-1. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah. I mean, I'll say, man, it's always at the end of the day, a woman, like you said, my baby sister, we were having this conversation, my siblings and I, we were having this conversation, and she was mentioning how, like, you know, dudes have been approaching her in a real creepy way. Like, she just don't like it. Like, don't touch me. Don't get all up in my business. I don't know you. I didn't ask you to come over here. And one of the things, I didn't ask you to come over here. One of the things, but that's the thing. That's a real thing. One of the things she mentioned, one of the things, oh yeah. My sister don't play. But one of the things that she said that made a lot of sense was she said, if I haven't given you a vibe, then don't come in my space. And that's kind of what you're saying. It's like, you know, if I'm sitting and we chilling and, you know, we make eye contact or, cause you know, in the club, he be loud too. So it ain't like you can really have a whole lot of conversations. I don't really like the clubs like that. But if we make eye contact, from afar, I might wave, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. And if you smile or you laugh or whatever, you know, then I already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, ultimately, a woman approaching a man is going to make things a lot clearer up front. Is that weird for you though? If a woman ever approaches you, like, is that too aggressive? Look at me, bro. I definitely prefer it.
No, I mean, look at me. Let's start there. All right, let's start there.
Okay. But you know what? You know what, man? My move was my go-to move was past tense. So if I saw somebody I thought was attractive, I thought, you know, maybe it could be something, or even for the night, I would hit up the waitress or the server walking past or the bar if they were at the bar. I would say, hey, I don't mean to bother you. I don't even want to know your name. or what you drinking? Hey, can she have one of them?
Yeah.
Now leave.
I've seen you that guy. I've definitely, I've seen you do that even with the homies though. Like even like when we at 16th Street and when we first met Swain, you know what I'm saying? You was like, you was just like, yo, man, let me get my man whatever you want. Man. You know what I'm saying? So I think
I wasn't trying to take Swain home though. Right. Just for the record.
Swain, you know what time it is? Hey, I'm not gonna throw that joke out here. But Swain, you know what time it is?
I saw him yesterday riding. I was on my way to this party, Joe. I'm in the Uber. I'm on Lakeshore Drive, Joe. He just riding down in his Lexus drop top, just cool. And I stick my head out the window. He just, that boy was grooving.
While we still in this space,
Certified Lover Boy too.
Yeah. While we still in this space, though,
jazz.
So let me ask you this, Bossy: is dating while black or black dating scene different than the dating scene in other cultures?
I believe so. I believe so.
Oh yeah,
as well because even back when in Jim Crow era, you had to go above and beyond just to be an average. You had to go above and beyond, do more just to seem average to other people. That seems to have carried on to me. You know what I'm saying? Now,
really, I feel like the standards are so much lower than what they used to be.
That's fine, but you're not.
I mean, you used to have to meet the parents to even take her out.
You're not dating. Damn, that's a long time ago.
We said Jim Crow era, bro.
Well, yeah, I mean,
yeah, you did say that.
Well, yeah, but now you don't, though. Okay, but still to this day, if you walking up, people have a criteria list now. Like you say, your sister have. Bro,
oh yeah, I see.
They try to judge you
before they even met you.
Yeah,
what kind of job you got? What kind of car you drive? Where you live?
I don't see that in a lot of other cultures, though.
Interesting.
I don't really see a lot of other cultures.
No, dude.
And then now, because we love, first of all, we are the world's entertainment for some reason on social media. All these memes again, these pictures again, they try to see if you fit the description of this guy on this show, this guy in this meme, things like that, bro. I think it's definitely different while everything's different while black. Walking while black, walking your dog on the beach while black. You know what I'm saying?
Here's where most people would appreciate this. Here's where black means something different when you talk about different cultures, right? So, because here's what I'm saying. I can tell you for an absolute fact, Nigerian and Ghanaian families, bruh, you're not marrying their daughter unless you showing up with a bag. Like when they daughters rock with dudes who ain't really at a high level, they disown them from the family. Like they legit, like, okay.
I've heard that before. I've heard that in other cultures.
Exactly. And I was gonna say you have this in Indian families in some cases, right? These high expectations are heaped on them. So culturally, if we're talking cultures, right, not just race, and we're talking cultures, I think every culture has a very specific. I mean, one thing in our culture,
I believe.
Yeah, but I'm saying one thing in our culture, one thing in Black American culture, one thing you're not gonna do is talk about my mama or disrespect my mama. That's just a staple, right? You're not gonna come to my mama house and wilding out all out your body, right? So I think there are certain things I don't know that we have the same set of expectations when it comes to marriage and things like that. But yeah, I definitely think that there's a
real quick, bro, man, when you done.
Yeah, I definitely think that there are specific things in each culture. I mean, white cultures, bro, like they have, depending on where you are, if you come from a tennis legacy family, you know what I'm saying, and you were raised in that kind of an environment, yeah, you're not gonna go date a little homeboy down the block. You know what I mean? That's not something we're gonna accept. So yeah, I think it's more, I don't think it's racial. I think it's more cultural.
Another reason I think dating while black, DWB, is different is because there has been an intentional wedge driven between the black man and black woman.
There's a big point there.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's difficult to communicate sometimes. It's difficult to connect at times with the opposite sex. And if you think about it, you don't even know the goddamn reason.
Yeah.
Why it's so difficult, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We have a bad rep. And statistically, numbers show that we are creme de la creme when it comes to being fathers, when it comes to being employed, and all the good shit that you should want in a man, you know what I'm saying? The black women is the most envied species on fucking earth in the universe, bro. You know what I'm saying? They make it seem like we don't want them. When I say they, I mean the powers that be, if I can just be lazy with Tom Pauls. And in reality, they are the world's jewel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, if you ain't give yourself one, bro, you knock it off, bro. You just knock it all the way the fuck off.
You can't even find it, right?
Lazy.
So I don't understand, bro.
Wait a minute.
How you don't
Wait a
understand
minute. First of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm about to pull a drink out in a minute, bro.
Book them.
Good. I'm hungry.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I think that's what we good for. You know, we gonna bring out our guest on. Juan Teague.
Definitely, man. You know, if you haven't seen, obviously you've seen where we are. This is a major occasion that we have kind of come into, and we wanted to highlight this space. We're gonna let Juan talk a little bit more about it, but looking forward, man. Looking forward to this one, man. So we'll be right back with y'all in a hot second.
No, let's actually before we bring her on, we have to.
So look, we got real quick before we bring her on. We got the actual owner, Kamal, out here. We can't turn the camera on him, but we're gonna bring Kamal back on the show when we come back to the tournament. But yeah, big shout out to Kamal.
Big shout out, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely.
Let's sing them out. Let's go Luther. Yeah, can we do Luther this week? Let's do Luther.
We never have a clue what song.
All right, well, check it out.
I think I know this one though. We also can't hear it though.
I wanna tell you, baby, all the changes I've been going through. Missing you. Till you come back to me. Don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh, no.
Boy, lip syncing. We supposed to sing for real.
I have a beautiful one on that
He said on that he hitting some different notes.
Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? You said you'll be coming back this weekend, baby. And baby, ooh, baby.
That was crazy.
I love you.
It's enough for y'all. That's enough. That's too much. That's too much.
Hey man, Scoop was right. We gotta stop picking solo songs, bro.
Y'all got to back me up. That's all.
Yeah. I thought that was actually good. If you were saying for real, the lip syncing as well.
I did sing a little bit.
Oh my God.
We'll be right back after these messages.
We'll be right back.
She's such a fucking lady. Yes, I am.
We didn't fucked up, put a bossy in the wrong seat today. Well, welcome back. As you can see, we have our very special guest, the illustriously, wonderfully talented, and just crazily connected, and just, you know, all the good things, man. Let's clap it up for Miss Juan Teague, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
didn't know you were talking about me, but okay.
I wasn't talking about a bossy, that's for sure.
For herself as well.
Yes, welcome to the show. Thank you for pulling up.
Why, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Yes. Yeah. Well, no, you came to our corner, but you know.
I came to y'all corner?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. On your corner.
Yeah. Yes,
y'all corner
go
on
that
our
part.
corner.
Yes.
No, something like that.
It works.
Similar.
It works.
Our corner on
How
our
are you?
corner. I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm great.
How you
man.
doing?
I'm great.
I'm blessed.
How did you go?
You know,
All right.
we got the particulars out the way.
Yeah.
All right. Juan, let me just ask you this. Where'd the name Juan come from? I've never met a woman named Juan. Let's start there.
Well, I was born in a Hispanic hospital, and my mom said she was in too much pain. And she asked the nurse to name me. The hospital was actually in the Hispanic neighborhood. And so the attending nurse thought my mom had a boy and said, oh, you should name the baby Juan. My mom from Mississippi didn't know that Juan meant John. And she's like, oh, that's pretty.
Right.
So 6 months later, she realized that everybody's like, your baby named John. And she's like, it sounds pretty. So it ended up working in my favor because I'm the only girl named Juan.
Facts.
So I don't think on Earth, but I haven't found it. It's normally Juanita, Wanda, or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's why it kind of plays into my company, One and Only.
That's dope.
So,
That's dope.
yeah.
So yeah, I was definitely meant to say that in the intro. So she's the owner of her own company, Juan and Only Events.
One and Only.
Obviously to play on one, but Juan, right?
Yeah.
Got it.
Bars.
So I mean, that's definitely one of the first things we want to talk about. Obviously, you know, one of our main focuses is to highlight Black-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses, but also particularly from Chicago, right? So you've been doing this. I mean, I remember hearing your name in the entertainment game before anybody knew who I was, right? Like people were probably still trying to figure out how I got in the club at all.
Right.
And so you've been doing this a long time. So talk about kind of like how long you've been doing it and what that beginning process was like what that kickoff moment was.
I mean, I think I just fell into it. I mean, I started in the hotel industry, and one of the things that I was first with the corporate hotels like the Sheratons and all of those, but quickly found out that I'm not one to really follow rules.
I felt like
only because when you're Black in the hotel industry, you're treated a certain way. And with me, I always tell people is that I kind of made my own path. So when I saw an opportunity, I went to boutique hotels. And with boutique hotels, it allowed me the avenue to kind of just be myself and be authentic to who I was. So I just decided when I went into, it was called the House of Blues Hotel back then, and we were changing into Hotel Saks, I asked my director if I could start really going into the entertainment, like doing, because people aren't really focused on entertainment and even hotels.
Right.
And so I literally was like, because our name wasn't known all over, people knew the House of Blues venue, but they didn't know the hotel. They allowed me to literally go out and start marketing the hotel. And eventually when we changed over to Hotel Saks, I was just blessed because I always, until this day, treat people like I want to be treated. So, you know, it literally overnight, my first client, this lady walked up into the hotel and nobody wanted to give him a site. I gave him a site and then found out that the person who she was representing was Donda West. So my first client ended up being Kanye and Donda West.
That's wild.
Yeah.
What year are we talking about? What year are we talking about?
That was the year he turned 30. So right at the Dropout album. So like
early
30th birthday party.
5 or 6.
5 or 6, maybe even 7, something like that.
Dope.
Yeah.
Man, that is really dope. Especially, I mean, we just had the Donda event here in Chicago at Soldier Field last week. So that was, that's really
that's
dope.
why that album was so special, like him doing that, because literally I wouldn't even have the career and know anyone if it wasn't for Donda.
Were you there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she was definitely.
Oh, yeah, I was definitely
there.
there.
Running around the house?
No. No. I was not running around the house.
She probably, I guarantee you, there's at least 20 people that was running around because Juan invited them. Like, 20 of the people wouldn't have got there if it wasn't for Juan.
See, like you have the name for your company, One and Only. So I see you like to play on words. I was doing a little homework on you when I saw the name Sophisticated Radio. What's that about?
What was it?
Sophisticated?
What is that?
It was something that you on.
No, we're gourmet. We're on gourmet.
And I'm on what?
Sophisticated. It must have been a radio show you was on or something like that.
No, it's a real thing. You were being interviewed.
What is it called?
Sophisticated.
I thought you were the brainchild behind that.
I've never heard of it.
Look at that.
Maybe somebody took it. Is this for real?
He was looking at it on the way. I don't know what he was looking at.
Are you for real?
He'll show it to you.
Like, was it somebody that recorded me for something?
Yeah. So you don't know what that thing was called.
So answer that question.
I don't even know what that is. I thought you were joking.
Look, he definitely had to pull it up too, like just to prove it's a real thing.
That was 3 years ago. Oh, I know. That was the young lady with.
I'm not doing this with you.
No. So I sit with Chicago. Next showcase Chicago.
Oh yeah. Shout out Mark Hubbard.
The girl,
Reggie,
she was the young lady. She was doing all the interviews.
Right.
So I was doing them for Next Showcase Chicago, and so I guess she put her radio station on there.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
So as a woman in the business, do you find it a little more difficult? Do you get pushback when you're trying to set things up, line things up, or plan things? It's such a bossy, busy, like every city, a male-dominated city. You know?
No, it is. I think with me, I've just allowed it was crazy because really a lot of my business initially didn't come from Black people. It came from white people.
What's up, Shay Whitey?
Yeah, no, it real talk.
Shut up.
Like, as far as the broader stuff that you see.
Right.
I was blessed with Donda and in the hotel space, but with me, I think one of the things is that sometimes Chicago is so, that's the train. That's straight up Chicago.
That's Chicago. You know what I mean? He's the hornet boy.
Right.
Right, he worked for them.
You know what I mean?
He probably scheduled that guy.
Yeah. Shout out to my squad. What up?
But I felt that one of the things I wanted to be different of in Chicago is that you see so much hate and so many people like, oh, they think they this, they think that, and I'm pretty sure they've said it about me, but I just went into a zone that I didn't care what people said. I only cared about if something was true that I addressed. But other than that, my whole mindset is the platform that I've created, I want to be unapologetically Black. And so with everything that I've done, the things, even like my white friends have brought me into, they allow me to be unapologetically Black. So like when you see events and stuff like that, I literally started to look over male or female because there was a lot of hate in Chicago. But then when people started to see my work, it was undeniable that you had to use me.
Right.
So,
exactly.
You know,
those that hate me, they must not know your security guard. They must have never
My
seen
tank.
it. Oh my God. Must have never seen him. I've never seen an animal, a monster that big and that nice and follows order so precisely.
Yeah, he's very, very well behaved. Because you know, at Rockwell, you have to control them because you got to train them from a early age.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I do have a question. You are actually from Chicago.
Born and raised, West Side.
Right?
Say it again.
Born and raised.
That's even more material. I love
Yes.
that. Let me ask you this. First of all, we have to start with high school because Chicago is definitely based on and segregated by high schools. Where'd you go to high school at?
I went to high school on West Side, Collins High School.
Oh, that is trash.
Oh, yeah.
I've never even heard of
Yeah,
Collins.
Collins is trash.
What was y'all graduating class? Like 50 people? I'm gonna pull them out. I've never heard of it.
I'm from Chicago.
I'm Maywood.
Let me just
I
start.
went to Mighty Proviso. We say it one more
It's only 2
time.
high schools and like maybe one in Maywood.
Nobody's ever heard of Collins.
It's like one high school, so
But
everybody
it's
in Maywood goes to the
it's
same
one of
high
the
school.
greatest high schools in the city.
Who told you? In Maywood, that city. Correct.
First of all, we are a village in Maywood. First of all, we are a village in Maywood. Are you seriously coming from Proviso?
I did not come for you. You said the same.
You
You said
made
we
it
were
Yeah, you did
we
say
were the
that.
big thing
You
in
did say
the
that.
city. Yes, in Maywood.
Who's heard of Collins?
It's a village.
I've heard of Collins.
It's a village. The village of Maywood.
It's a village. That's what I'm saying.
I must say, I used that track a lot back in the day
Okay.
There you
All
go.
right.
to run track.
So you spent all 4 years at Collins.
Yes.
That is so trash.
What was y'all
What's our mascot?
Cobras.
Cobras. College
Yes.
Cobras.
What sport did y'all play? Did y'all have athletics?
So let me tell you this. Let me tell you the funny part. Actually, I
You started the volleyball team?
No, they were good in basketball and football. They used to play against Marshall. Marshall. No, they did. No, real talk. What's his
That's
name?
Red West?
Who was
was,
Randy? Walter Bonds came from. Who used to play with? What was it? He could hoop. Randy from the Bulls played there.
Randy Brown.
Brown
Yeah.
played there. Yeah.
I know JB. I know his little brother. That's my man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. You got your history. See that y'all try to come
Okay.
from.
All right. Cool. That's funny.
So another quick
I wasn't
Chicago
expecting
question. Another quick Chicago question, especially now you're a West Sider. Top 5 Chicago rap albums. In no particular order. In no particular
I
order.
come from the church, so I really didn't get into rap until I was in college.
From the church. Even better. This gonna be more interesting.
This gonna be real
So
interesting.
rap, the lyrics had to make sense and they couldn't be too bad because my mind. Just
Don't bring
listening
that
to them.
secular music up in here, baby.
I already know
I
who
couldn't
not finna
take
be
it
on this
listen.
list. It's gonna be too hilarious.
Yeah, no, but I started to in college appreciate Tupac, Biggie.
Okay.
Those probably my top because that's where I really got introduced
But Chicago,
to.
though.
And then
Chicago.
Chicago. Oh, it'll be Twista went to high school. Twista went to Collins.
Okay.
Twista went to college.
Yes.
Yeah.
Twista went to
Twista went to high school?
We were in our class
Blowing his mind right now.
Our class together. Yes.
I've never heard of this place in my life.
And George I went to college.
They did.
Are you kidding?
Friend of the show. Shout out Dosky. You know what I'm saying?
You got it. Dosky went to college?
No. He didn't manage. He didn't manage.
Yes.
I've never heard of this school.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Wait, okay,
So
your
those
top
would be
5.
my top 2 because they're from Collins. So
Okay,
of course I
okay.
support
That
them.
across the street is the best car wash probably in Chicago. dog.
Oh, real
No
talk.
BS.
Real talk. Right.
Look at the West Side Connection. Connect, man.
They've been there for years.
Mind
So
blowing.
those are probably my top 2, and then I'll go into Biggie, Tupac.
Wait,
like,
no, you got 3 more Chicago albums. You need it's 5 Chicago rappers.
Well, I don't. That's what I'm saying. Okay, wait. Twista, Do or Die. Oh, of course.
Thank you.
Cold Hard them. I gotta do.
Crucial. That's what I thought you was gonna leave
Oh,
off.
that's my like.
I thought you was gonna leave them off.
Everybody know him.
Yes, he's a sweetheart.
Is Kanye not on this list?
Kanye's on the list. I'm starting with like early.
Where you? Okay, you're starting your intro to hip
my
hop.
intro.
Okay.
Yeah. But of course, Kanye and of course Common.
There you go.
Okay.
That's good.
That's
Yeah, and I've worked with all of them except Do or Die. Those are the only ones I haven't worked with, but everybody else I've worked with.
Dope.
All right, so now are you full time with your business?
Yes, I had to leave.
You had to leave the
hotel.
corporate. Good fucking job. Black excellence, black girl magic.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. That's excellent.
But you know what? My hotel did me good though. I had some great, like my old boss, Pete Zudak and Amelia. Pete Zudak.
Wow. Shout out, Shay Whitey. What up?
They literally like helped me. Like what I appreciate about Pete is that even though I was really popular and was like just cascading, just doing stuff, he was like, no, you need to sit down and learn this. You have to learn to be a director. You have to understand how to do a budget. You have to even though he was doing them, for him to then teach me how to do it when I went to become a director of sales at another hotel, because he taught me how to do it. Most people would have just let me cascade being popular and gave me the title as popularity, but he literally taught me the game.
That's cool.
Yeah. So even if one and only didn't work out, I've been able to consult hotels on the side because of that training that he gave me.
Okay. You know what? Imagine this. I am a tourist, all right, from Zamundi. All right. I come to you, hey, I got a map out. I'm asking you, I need some nice urban cuisine, some hood food. I need somewhere to hang out at night. What's your suggestions?
My suggestions would be, I support my Black restaurants, and so I'm really huge into them. So my first top will first be Batter and Berries, because I'm bringing one to the West Side. Shout out. Yeah, so I'm bringing that. So Batter and Berries, and then I'm a West Sider, so of course Uncle Remus, MacArthur's.
Come on, talk that.
MacArthur's, and then you're gonna have to go over to Norman's on 43rd. Then you got to hit Virtue, and then you got to hit Bridget at Soleil. You got to hit Miche.
Facts.
I mean, I got a whole list of all the Black restaurants.
Right, so I'm trying to grab a cocktail at night.
Cocktail at night, I would go to 16th Street. I would also go to Renaissance.
Shout out to the home team.
Yep, I would go to Renaissance. I would go to cocktail. Oh, I love licorice. Yes.
Where's that? I haven't been there.
I appreciate really like nice dive bar. Like I wasn't into lounges a lot, but I really enjoy lounges. Licorice is on like 87.
What is it about dives when you're done?
You don't have to dress up. You know what I mean? You can just be yourself. And the funny thing is that downtown is changing like that. That's why you don't really see a lot of bottle service and clubs are more. Billy Deck just changed his place into more of a casual. His Untitled is no longer the bump, turn it up. It's more like a cocktail sitting down. So I think what people don't understand and what I've always started to look at is that I would rather own a lounge than a nightclub, because with the nightclub, those 21s age out about 25. So you always have to reinvent yourself, where a lounge lasts forever.
Yeah, it has a quality, it has a culture, it has a following.
You keep your drinks low, you bring some your own food up in there, and then it's safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. So speaking in the same context, we are obviously here on a major piece of property.
Yeah.
It is a hidden gem on the south side of Chicago.
We're
like
trying to change that.
Oh no, it's definitely about to change now. I mean, that's really that's one of the main points,
Shout out
man.
to the compound.
It's XS Sports. Is this the proper name?
XS Tennis.
XS.
XS.
Say that 3 times.
XS.
Oh, you cold.
There you go. Right. You said Candy Man.
I've been here over the last month and a half, so
she just said it a million times, right?
Yes, a lot of times.
So XS Tennis, which is it's a nonprofit, right? Owned by is it a Black family or?
Well, it's Kamal Murray.
Yes.
Who is Kamal is a U.S. Open winning coach. He was the coach of Sloane Stephens.
Okay.
And he decided to basically bring something to the South Side and to the world of tennis that has never happened before. Yes. And so the crazy thing is it sits right on where CHA
where the projects used to be. That's right.
We are on 53rd and State. Let's be clear. Let's be clear.
53rd and State.
120,000 square feet inside, indoors. And like what, 200,000, something like that outside. It's just ridiculous.
Was this Robert Taylor's?
This is Robert Taylor's home.
This is where my mama from, I believe.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, real talk.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just, I just got, like, I've known about it and I passed by it, and then I actually ended up signing up for the gym like a couple months before everything. I literally supposed to just come here and just help do the bleachers for this tournament that's happening now. And once I found out Kamal's vision and what he was trying to do, and I had no idea that it was the first time the first time in 25 years that WTA has come to Chicago.
Women's Tennis Association.
International. And this is the first time ever it has been a Black promoted one.
Man, clap that up. Clap that up, dude. That's something.
And on the south side of Chicago.
On the south side.
In the world of tennis. So basically, how it works, because I'm learning, I played tennis way back, but 125 means we had the 125 back early August. And that means like the entry level, like not even literature, they're still maybe like the top 85 and up in the world.
Okay. But the 125 is 125K, the purse.
Exactly, the purse. Right. So with all from the singles and the doubles, the total prize is 125, right? Then it goes to 250. 250 is where it really starts to play ball at. And so like even like Venus coming, Venus was a wild card because you have to be up at a certain caliber. But so we, of course, Venus, they are royalty. She's Venus, she gonna get in. But you had like Elena, so basically you had these top players from around the world come and play on the south side of Chicago. Then Kamal, maybe like a month ago, won the lottery to host a 500. Now that's the serious situation where you got Communist Coco's confirmed, Elena's confirmed, Venus is coming back. We're hoping Serena feels better and get here. So it's gonna be like the top names in tennis descending on 53rd and State.
That's gonna be amazing, man.
That is pretty dope.
And the cool thing about it is that when I came in, like I said earlier, being unapologetically Black, what I started to see is that there's so many Black businesses that we come in as the subs and never the prime. Right. So Kamal is all about being unapologetically Black. We just connected.
I love all of the vendors. All of the venders for the tournament were Black owned, and a lot of women as well, if I'm correct, right?
Come on, you gotta come on, man.
All Black, pretty much. I think the only so basically it was like the white people was the minority for the first time. I got love for my because so pretty much Kamal, like not really knowing me, like trusted me to bring these vendors on. So from all the graphics design you see, that's from Quincy Graphics Design. All the food and all the stuff was
catering.
Catering is Kanya.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kanya
Catering, and then you have her brother's company West. He did all the electrical work because these outside courts didn't have electricity. Then there was electricity by the sound was by Jade Live Production, which is Black owned, and then all the LED walls that you see, that was by Finch's company. So everything here
we do Black shit. We do Black shit. We do good Black business.
That's powerful.
Well, how big can a purse get, and how does that relate to the tournament? So like 125K, you said this is now 500K.
Right. And then the only top one after that is the million. So the cool
thing. How can y'all get there?
Well, we have to be in the lottery, but we got 3. So that was a lot to get 3 your first time. So the million one is going to be where it's called Indian Wells. So the cool thing about it is that the next 3 tournaments is going to be only one in the States. And so with COVID, the next one is in Luxembourg and somewhere else.
Ball over there.
And so the players really don't want to go abroad like that.
Oh, because of the different COVID constraints.
And all the bans and stuff. So the cool thing is about it is that in tennis, the 500K for these top players, the 500 will be their only warm up to get prepared for the
majors.
For the million.
Right.
So we're going to get a lot of more top players that's playing in here. So
we definitely need to be here.
Yeah. Now, is it only one cash prize? Like, okay, if I don't win,
do the singles and then the doubles.
Right, but what I'm saying is, if the person
takes second place,
what happens to second place, third place, or
I don't know. That's a good question.
Ricky, you get a certificate. No, Ricky Bobby said if you ain't first, you're last, right? So I'm under that you get a certificate.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? I don't even like with me. Real talk. The first 2, like literally, I didn't know hardly anything about tennis. So literally for like 3 days, I watched the WTA tournament to make sure me and Quincy make sure this signage is right. We were making sure sure how the walk-in experience was right. Like we were making sure like the players lounge was right. So it was really like I was more focused on that to make sure when they walked in, it looked like New York. Exactly. It looked like the US Open. It felt and all that kind of stuff.
You did an excellent job.
Yeah, that's how we felt when we walked in. Like it was like, yo, like this is next level.
Yeah.
And
I mean, and then Kamal came, it was just so crazy. Kamal had ordered some stuff that was like on back order. So like even the chairs that you see with the XS logo, like everything just everything just came together. Yeah. Like I'm a very spiritual person. And it was just like, I did not know Kamal from Adam and we just connected. And it was just like, dude. And I saw people trying to take advantage of him because they saw this, but they didn't understand. And I think that's because I've worked with so many celebrity people think when they see their foundation stuff that they should be giving this. But that's their money.
Right,
so, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to see that he literally was putting his all, like he was financially taxed doing this because it's a nonprofit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And to see him, so to see him doing this tournament, it's literally costing him. He's not making money from it.
Exactly.
But it's the bigger thing than knowing that it's a Black man can make this happen. So literally, I like sunk this came off it was like from nowhere. And it was just like, you know what, let's yield our talents. And when I say and shout out to Wesley who did all the Wi-Fi. We have a whole compound that we brought trailers in that didn't have no electricity, no Wi-Fi, and they had to have hard Wi-Fi. And like I said, everybody, we were all like, how to get this done? But at the end, we was all high-fiving each other. So it's been great. Yeah.
And this is the first year. I mean, like you said, it's the first time it's been in Chicago. You said like 25 years, right? Yeah. And obviously 25 years ago was a whole different type of world.
And because he was focusing more on the tournament, like one of the things we did, even with the PR staff, you know, we got like Randy, who's worked with me, we got him involved. And that's why you start seeing it more in the media and stuff like that. So like I said, it really, I think everyone Black.
Anybody trying to get stung?
No, you know you're doing that. You irritated.
Right, I'm irritating too.
I'm gonna get one of them African joints with the horsetail.
I think when all of us saw what was going on, we went outside of business and we became passionate as Black people to see something like this happen.
Do you think it's gotten enough coverage?
No,
I don't think so.
And the only reason it's starting to like now, like
the tournament just ended last week, right?
Yeah, just ended last week, but now the 500 coming, and we got more time.
Right.
It's now because like even like the mayor and them, they didn't really know what it was. So, but now the mayor is involved with it.
How does the mayor not know that you have this giant?
Because it wasn't being
talked about.
It wasn't being talked about.
You on the number one podcast now. Let's be clear.
It's out there now. When is the tournament? Can you know the dates?
It starts again Monday, September 27th, and it goes to October 3rd.
And our games, is it during the week? How does
it's
that?
All day, during Monday through Sunday. So basically how it goes, everybody plays and then you get eliminated as you go.
Right. Bracket style.
Yeah.
Okay. So then every day is another set of matches.
Yeah, and you have singles and doubles.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we definitely gonna get that out.
Yeah, and it's always somebody Black singing the national anthem.
Hey, I love that.
We can sit down. No. We got it though. No, man, we gonna have to bust a national anthem out. Like
what the normal one, you know, not the Black one. Yeah, we ain't got.
Oh, y'all not doing it.
I mean, you from the church. You from the church. You know, we could start here.
You don't even.
Okay, well, y'all need to open your ears.
He was jamming too.
I'm ready.
Whole neck.
I'm ready. You know what I mean? Ready.
What's the end game? What's the end game for this right here?
This is, I think the end game is to really understand what's going on the South side and try to change that narrative that the South and West side don't have nothing going on. Right. And to really, for people to just really start supporting it, not just talking about it, but financially supporting it, you know, and then hopefully opening the doors for more young kids to the world of tennis.
Yes.
You know, so that's one of the biggest things. Kamal actually had a historical Black university combine here because there's some with, what's the lady name in tennis?
Naomi?
No, the white lady. What's her name, Renelle?
Billie Jean King.
Billie Jean made it. Yeah, she basically talked about like in sports, like how women weren't getting like the scholarship. So Kamal and Renelle, they hosted a historical Black college combine for the first time. And so basically those scholarships that weren't being used, so all the Black colleges came down to get prospects of who to take those scholarships to play for their team.
That is awesome.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, clap it up again, man, for Kamal, Renelle, the whole team, man. Like this is.
Yeah, they're doing
this is, I mean, we had about a 25-minute conversation with Renelle as soon as we got here.
Renelle is
another
West Sider too.
Yeah, she's the West Sider too. She the secret weapon. She the secret weapon.
The best part about the conversation, she spent the entire time talking about, oh, wait, so where you at? Oh, we can get money over there. Oh, no, we got this thing over here. We need to get some money over there. Like the entire focus is about how to make sure that these things get supported. Yep. And to your point, so that young Black folks in the community get to see that this is accessible to you.
This is an option.
And it's not too old to play tennis either.
It's an option.
It's an option. Yeah, it's an option. And I don't know if you guys saw there, like I didn't learn anything but he even has clay courts. He has clay courts, and clay courts are normally like in LA, and they're like, you got to go far to play in clay courts. But he actually made sure clay courts was here. So
now, can your random Joe Schmo from downtown South Loop just come?
You have to be a member.
You have to be a member. Okay. So you have to sign up.
You have to sign up to be a member. Yep.
Okay.
I'm signing up on the way out. I got these skills. Like, don't get it twisted.
What is that?
Junior membership is only $25, y'all.
Adults is $45
a month.
Is that for the year?
A month.
Or for the month?
That's
for the month.
Nothing.
That's nothing.
That's 2 Netflix accounts.
Do it come with like a racket or anything? Just no.
No, you gotta have your own equipment.
Oh, really?
That's Renelle giving,
we are supplying you with what you need. Just get here.
Yeah. No, we on here. Hey, we starting a corner convo tournament.
He's not scared to his ACLs. I can't get out and play no tennis.
Oh no, I'm about to get down when we done. We getting footage of me. Y'all gonna see this. Y'all gonna see this Pete Sampras Andre Agassi game I've been working on since '92. Yeah,
I have a pair of exclusive Andre Agassi's at the crib that will never hit the earth again. But I'm not getting on this court at all.
So before we let you get on out of here, just upcoming. You do so much, man. It really is hard to do this.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, not to cut you off.
My
bad.
It's tired of me.
Young Juan, I do have one more question to ask you.
Yes.
Because on the corner, we don't interview, like we just conversate.
Oh,
right?
true.
Just really have a conversation. And when I asked you about, were you still, is this your full-time job? How hard was it for you to leave a corporate situation?
And she said that though.
It was crazy because I started feeling uneasy.
Okay.
Y'all so funny.
Hey, no, this is right in my ear. It's not all good.
Y'all run from bees. Y'all run from mice. And
I don't run from them. It's just
yes.
hard to
y'all
focus.
Look like you jump.
You say I run from love.
That was so random.
I got stung by a bee for the first time in like 20 years.
You will learn that Abasi is the most random person in the world.
I'm like, we were talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I got him at
It was easy. Well, I started to feel uneasy. Okay. And the funny thing is my brother from the west side of Chicago, he's now the mayor of Iowa City, where I went to school. We both went to the University of Iowa. And so he's a black mayor in Iowa City.
I went down to Upper Iowa.
He's one of about 7, right? Like,
it was a crazy moment that some of my high school colleagues, actually kids, end up going to Iowa, and the welcome letter was from my brother.
That is crazy.
They was sending me the photos, and it was just like, that was the letter I got when I went to Iowa. So to see my brother, and then my brother also started this company called Caring Hands and More, where basically takes care of the elderly, and he literally went off broke as ever, and now his company, he was voted like top 40 under 40 in the state of Iowa. Cool. And he's doing really, really well. And it was just with me, I just had to say, I wanted to try it full time and say, if I fail, I can always go back to the hotels. Exactly. So allow me to take this opportunity. So I left full time in 2019. And the crazy thing is, I think God set it up where I was able to adjust my spending and everything. So literally I didn't pay myself for the whole 2019 because I wanted to make sure everything was going into the company. And then 2020 hit. So now we're 2 years without play. And I always tell people is that, and then my whole thing changed from me really looking at myself. And then I really used my resources to change what people thought about our events industry, from DJs to what you guys do, is that you all look at us as fun, but there's livelihoods behind it. Absolutely. So when all that stuff started happening in 2020, they weren't looking at us for grants. They weren't giving us the unemployment. They weren't. So I literally learned how to become a lobbyist and was able to get from DJs, photographers, event people between $5,000 and $150,000 in grants, and then made sure they got PUA, got link cards, and was on there really. And then this city and state allowed me to create a task force to create the mitigations to start doing events.
Okay.
And so when you go on the websites and all that, see what it is to do things safely. Shout out to the task force. I was just the voice of it, but they literally hunkered down and came up with the
strategies and all the
strategies,
rules,
so that back in June of last year, you were able to do events because we wanted to make sure that people understood we're not just for fun. This is our life.
Yeah,
you were taking money out of our, you know, so I mean, from, you know, people passing out pluggers every, you know, they didn't think about that. Yeah.
Man, that's amazing. So
you are pretty fucking awesome.
Oh man, this ain't even half of it though, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. It's hard to
some things off my. Like,
it's hard to cover all of this in one show. But the one topic that we talked about that's not directly related to like business and everything else is we've been talking about like what is something that a grown man at some point should just stop doing. Like what are like one. Here's an example. Right? I used to love Madden. I used to love Live. Right? I played them games. You know, got to college, started having to pay bills, and life got a little real. So I was about 22. I ain't played video games since. Like, is there things that just grown men should not do?
Right, but with e-gaming now, you know, you can earn $1 million.
But so a 45-year-old man that says, "Baby, my goal is to go win this 45,000 in this e-game tournament." You good with that?
Hell yeah, it'd be good.
It'd be good. How do you know? How do you know?
You know. Oh, you know.
Get into the tournament unless it's good.
So okay, so there's nothing on that list. Is there nothing?
That was the thing, but now the e-gaming is back, and how serious.
So is there anything on that list that just a grown man that's just at some point you just got to stop doing?
Yeah, get it off. Get your shit off. You ain't got to say his name, okay?
No. It's just, you know what the thing I see so many men when they get at a certain age, it's like men say, quit saying you want an independent woman, right?
Oh.
Like real talk, quit saying it if you don't know what that comes with. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like it's not just a good thing to say, because what they don't understand is that independent women at the same day still need a man to be her king. You know what I mean?
Bars.
So when you see this woman navigating and saying, you know, doing things, shaking hands and kissing babies, at the end of the day, that woman is still thinking about you, but she still got to go do her thing.
And you got to be able to support
stop
that.
saying I want this independent woman, but don't know what that come with.
I think that's an insecurity in the man, though.
It is.
I really feel like,
y'all.
Whoa.
Not what you saying. Me
it is.
It's a lie. Like,
more than people will admit. Yeah.
And even with me, like as far as a woman, I have to learn how to accept support and ask for it.
And not trying to do everything yourself.
We don't ask for it. We just think it should be implied that you should just do it.
You know what's crazy? We did a show last week at the Silver Room, okay? And y'all saw the Silver Room, and we had a conversation about red flags and some red flags you see in people. And what I brought up was some men are highly intimidated of a boss level woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of what you may be talking about.
Oh, I think it is. And the thing is, I tell people like, oh, Juan, you get hit on all the time. I'm like, no, I don't. Like, people don't come up to me. This is the crazy thing. I got hit on the most when I was doing High Park Roof Fest, and I was picking up trash.
Yeah.
I got hit on like 3 times. I'm like, well, I should start doing trash.
There's a lot of alcohol around there.
It was doctors, like it was like
no regulars.
And I'm cool.
No regular smegulars.
I'm cool with a CTA drive because they got good benefits. I'm not that chick that gotta have $1 million dude, because $1 million dude come $1 million problem.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? I always tell people,
$1 million worth of game too.
Yeah, like I don't think that's it. But I think with me, I'm just bad with social cues. I know my issues.
Okay.
I'm bad with social cues. Like for years, I thought people just wanted to meet me to do business.
Right.
I had no clue to me.
People was actually finessing, like, well, you know, so what if I what if we do an event together over at
this is crazy. And I thought my friend Leroy was like, "Juan, I don't think you understand." He's like, 80% of the dudes
definitely want to holler. Oh, absolutely.
I'm like, no,
absolutely.
No.
That's
so
what
you know me. I started calling back dudes that like my friends. I'm like, let me ask you a question.
No man ever wants to be friends with a woman. Let me be clear.
What you really trying to holler at me back in the day?
Like, hey, you know, what do you do like that? So they were like, Juan, no, I was not trying to buy no hotel room, but you quickly.
Exactly.
You friend zoned them so
you flipped it to business real fast.
Yeah.
How did you turn that right on?
Because she was on business. She was on business.
That's not, but I'm trying to, I pray every day to like, God, let me help me with my social cues because they're really bad. I rather for a dude just come up and say, hey, you
look beautiful, right?
But that sounds creepy. That sounds creepish, though.
No, hell no.
Not to her.
No.
Right, okay, see that.
So, no, but you know what? This is again same thing. My brother was having this conversation yesterday. Like,
it's called jail.
They're the newer age women, the younger women now. They really do have more boundary kind of expectations when like they don't want to. I mean, back in the day, I'm sure I don't know how old you are.
What's your name is?
But I know when we used to go to them basement parties, the girls would dance. You just run up on them, grab them by their booty, and start dancing. You ain't ass or nothing, right? You ain't doing that like that no more. It's a different world, right? It's a different world. So I do understand that brothers may have that difficult, knowing when is where. But I do feel like just a simple compliment.
And I think like I just wish some days we just go back if that's the situation. Go back to writing a note. Do you like me? Yes, no, or maybe.
Check that out.
That's so easy. That's so
actually
easy.
It's probably real smooth now. You got that now.
Pass her that note.
Yeah.
And
then walk away.
And it's just like women my age make it so bad because after a dude buy them a drink, they be thinking that's they do the rest of the night. Like, I'm like, God, girl.
Women think like that.
Get mad.
Women think like that.
I get mad. That's why you see me.
This is why I don't buy women drinks. I don't know.
No, I appreciate a dude buying me a drink. I ain't gonna even lie. Like that right there is still. I still believe in chivalry. Like I still believe in all that stuff.
Yeah.
So what's your drink of choice?
Tito's and soda. Because I'm watching my
Shout out to
calories.
Tito's, handmade. Yeah. I almost brought some
my
Tito's.
calories.
Okay.
I know we gotta let you go because you gotta
real quick.
So the 2 drink minimum is your maximum.
No, I do about 7.
That's not real quick.
Bars.
I get thick real quick from the sugary
from
drinks.
cognac and Douce and all that.
I get thick when you put all them sugars and all
Hennessy.
that.
Yeah, I don't do all
Tito's
that.
and Uncle Remus. Okay, I got you.
Tito's and Uncle Remus.
Let me tell you, breakfast I had champagne and pistachios the other day. That was no beer.
That's a
and I don't
new one.
drink beer.
That's a new one.
No.
That's
one of them days.
I know.
So we gotta let you go because you got a million business. I'm sure your phone's ringing off the hook.
No, it's not.
Quick question though. What's upcoming? What are the upcoming events?
Upcoming right now, of course, this tournament is coming back. Then I have the Inglewood. Inglewood is doing their first music festival, so I'm doing that. They got Selena Johnson coming. Crucial Conflict.
When is that?
September 18th.
Okay.
And then I have Spring Awakening. That's the EDM.
Dope. Yeah.
EDM, so that's about 30,000 people. So that's coming up.
Ooh, nothing but COVID. I feel you.
And then pretty much on Friday, we decided to do another festival called Built in Chicago. We're going to do that on the West Side. So we're thinking about doing that on a Sunday, September 26th. So that's a lot of us coming together, like talking about, so Joe Freshgood is involved.
Joe, he was on the, we had Joe on.
Recast involved. So I got a lot of people. I'm talking to some really good people from the West Side that y'all know of, but I'm not going to reveal who it is until
then the corner combo need to pull up at the end of the day.
Yeah, we gonna have to get all these.
It's called Built in Chicago. Everything, and it's gonna be blacks, whites, what Chicago should be. No segregation.
For sure.
So it's gonna be black companies, white companies, everybody gelling together, putting their resources together to make the thing happen on the West Side.
I love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
I don't think we can do much else but clap it up for Juan, man. Like, thank you so much, obviously, for inviting us to come be at this space, introducing us to this space, and obviously, you Chicago's favorite. I know you know that. I know other people don't tell you. You are definitely Chicago's favorite. And if nobody tells you, you have done more work in this city for more people than anybody can count. And your name carries so much weight around this city. So please know that. Please know that the legacy you leave is something strong and imprinted. No doubt.
Hey, look, it's episode 63. It's the Corner Convo, man. We out.
That was all you. Yeah. That was all you.